anything behind you?
Is there anything behind Jimmy? Besides, don't you say no?
I know it's supposed to help, but I don't think it helped. And whatever it did, it just pissed off something.
Feel how hot my ear is. Can you look behind it and see if it's red? Feel my ear.
Here it is.
It's like on fire. Oh,
yeah.
God.
What was I hoping to get out of my visit to Pennhurst? Pretty simple. I was just hoping to have a legitimate, authentic paranormal experience that couldn't be explained any other way other than paranormal. And I'm happy to say that that happened more than once. So I think my expectations were met.
Really, I was hoping just to kind of see what it's all about. I've never seen Pennhurst. I've always heard about it. I've seen it on shows. And I also wanted to show Scott a great experience in terms of the paranormal. So I think we got exactly what we were looking for, and maybe even more so.
I was expecting to go in there and experience the most amount of activity I could possibly imagine, and we experienced it. And taking Scott on for our first time really proved to be an eventful, fruitful night. And I'll tell you what, the Pennhurst did not disappoint.
The whole Pennhurst facility is huge, and there's buildings all over the place, and they were splitting the groups up into different buildings. And luckily, we kind of got to do our own thing. So we had a tour guide to make sure we didn't get lost or get in trouble in any way where we shouldn't be. But at the same time, they let us kind of be very autonomous.
Being a veteran investigator, I really thought there'd be a lot of contamination. But luckily, throughout the night and as it progressed, our group that we had actually really kind of went off to the side, and we were able to dwindle down to about 5 people altogether. And our tour guide was there, and we were able to really get the full experience out of Pennhurst.
What is the purpose of a paranormal investigation? Well, I think it's to capture things that can't be explained in any other way other than paranormal. And in doing so, you're going to capture things that they're explainable, they're easily identifiable. And I like the approach we took of using multiple pieces of equipment to either confirm or deny or debunk what we initially may have felt could have been paranormal.
What got me into it originally was my mother passed away, and I wanted to be able to communicate with her. And so that kind of opened up my interest in seeing, is there a way that I can communicate with my mother? And I had some experiences that were unexplainable.
So the purpose of investigating the paranormal is to capture things you can't explain in multiple ways at the same time.
And that's why we all do it. And that's what paranormal investigating is to me, is why and what happens to us after we die. And through communicating with the spirits, it kind of gives us a little bit of an insight as to why they're still there and what traps them, and see why that energy is still existent, 2, 20, 30, hundreds of years later. And that's what we're all about. We're trying to find the truth, and it's a journey that I'll be on for the rest of my life.
We were hearing window tarp noises, and that did kind of confuse us at first because we didn't know what to expect. And we did find there was open windows with tarps over them, and the wind would hit them and create a certain noise. And I actually had one of my meters in my pocket that had the power button held on. It actually was creating an interference noise, so that was a high-pitched sound. But then things started to heat up And the tool that we were using a lot was called a SB7 spirit box. It's a radio device that scans through frequencies very quickly to avoid having any radio stations come through. But the purpose is to create a white noise, so to speak. So that way it gives the opportunity for spirits to talk over it. And if you hear anything coming through, that's not a radio station because it's scanning so quickly, it's not even possible. And a lot of times what you'll find is when you're using an SB7 spirit box, you'll capture voices coming through, and then many times you'll actually see what's called a light anomaly. A light anomaly is sort of a orb that doesn't look like a bug or doesn't really have any pattern that dust would have, and it kind of is happening in tandem with voices from an SB7 spirit box. And that's what you're seeing in some of these scenes coming up here.
I can't really make out what's being said, but I heard several voices throughout the extent of it.
But they're definitely trying to say something. But unfortunately, when it comes to dealing with the paranormal, it's different energy levels, and those energy levels are going to decide the clarity of those messages. And through the night, they got much more clear.
Anyone watching this, you might have to enhance your audio or make sure that you have a good speaker system, because some of these things are difficult to hear. And when we're analyzing them, we do use more higher end listening equipment. Most of this is open to interpretation, so you might hear something different than we do. And that's okay. This is just our take on everything, and it's for fun. And hopefully everybody gets something great out of this.
This is Jay, Scott, and Jimmy. It is December, what is today's date? December 11th, and it is 7:55 p.m., and we are at Pennhurst Asylum, Devon Building. And we're going to the second floor.
So we're looking at, so as of right now, we're at 57 degrees. We're going up to the second floor, the Mayflower, the Devon Building. It's getting very cold now. Drop down to about 55 degrees. Ooh, that's freaky. These are the isolation rooms.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm getting something down here.
Again.
Sounds like moving. Are we the only two out there?
Or just us?
I think it's the IR light that's making that noise.
Do you think that's what it was? Did you just hear that shuffling?
Yeah, I think that's up there, isn't it? Could be.
Oh, I'm trying to listen. Hold on a second. I'm going to listen to see if that's your IR light. No?
I think it's his. I think it's the one that's not so great.
All right. So right now we're at 0.0 base reading. I'm going to put it back in my pocket. So we started feeling something. I think we should go silent.
That's not mine either. Huh.
You hear that, right?
I heard that.
Let's go check it out.
It doesn't sound like it's downstairs.
Hello?
That's Raymond's mark.
Yeah.
Alright. Debunked. Yeah, I'm just trying to get a feel. Like, am I...
I'm not feeling anything.
No, I agree.
Other than the typical having your back to darkness, that typical feeling, but as of right now, I feel regular. Let's go over here.
I just stepped in something that was kind of disgusting.
So I am going to take some flash photography with my iPhone real quick. So just make sure, just to let you know, I'm doing it right now. So I don't know if you can see 0.0 at 60.5, 60.9 degrees.
Can anyone... Would someone be willing to say hello? Hello? Where are you? An orb just went into your chest.
Really?
Yep.
There's no dust particles in here.
Who's standing by Jimmy?
I'm Jimmy.
That's Jimmy. Can you say hello? Actually, it might have been a glare, but there's a chance it was an orb too. I have to look back at some point. Would someone be willing to say hello? Where are you? An orb just went into your chest.
Really?
Yep.
There's no dust particles in here.
Who's standing by Jimmy?
I'm Jimmy.
That's Jimmy. Can you say hello? Actually, it might have been a glare, but there's a chance it was an orb too. I have to look back at some point.
Where'd Scott go?
I don't know.
I have no idea where Scott is.
I have no idea where you're at. Dude? Yeah.
Is there anything behind me?
Is there anything behind Jimmy? Besides, don't you say no? I have no idea where you're at. Dude? Yeah.
Is there anything behind me?
Is there anything behind Jimmy? Besides, don't you say no?
Oh yeah? What's this room? Oh yeah? What's this room?
Man, woman. What was that? I can hear you if you come up to this radio device. Talk into this radio device, and I will be able to hear you. Say your name. What is your name? How many people are here? Where should we go? Man, woman. What was that? I can hear you if you come up to this radio device. Talk into this radio device, and I will be able to hear you. Say your name. What is your name? How many people are here? Where should we go?
Hold on.
We got somebody.
Hold on.
I just saw a light anomaly at 11:47 minutes fly into UJ.
How many of us are in this room? Is this where you guys used to sleep? I can't fully understand it. You have to speak a little slower so I can hear you. We have an orb. I just got an orb going up to the ceiling. That was 100% an orb. What's that? It went from the, I think it came from this room, maybe from the chair and up. Yeah? Yeah, that's what it was? Okay. Is this where you guys used to sleep? I can't fully understand it. You have to speak a little slower so I can hear you. We have an orb. I just got an orb going up to the ceiling. That was 100% an orb. What's that? It went from the, I think it came from this room, maybe from the chair and up. Yeah? Yeah, that's what it was? Okay. How old are you? Where are you?
The eyes of the Lord are upon me. Oh, these are the heavy doors she was talking about. These are the isolation rooms. Come in here with me, Jay. See if we can.
Hello, anyone out here? Under. Oh, under where? Where should we look? Sent?
Sent where?
So in this next scene, we experimented with a tool called the Obelisk. The Obelisk is a phonetic word generator created by engineers that specialize in creating technology that spirits supposedly are able to connect with you through. And what happens is words come up. Now, a lot of times I'll take the obelisk in different locations and no words will come up. But in this particular case, we got the name Paul. And we're speaking, and the idea is it's not necessarily something you want to use as saying, yes, this is evidence, but it can lead you to a direction that will bring you things you can't explain.
8:17 p.m. Express? I'm not sure what you mean by express. You gotta give me something better than that. Paul. Hi, Paul. How are you? Thank you for talking with us. I'd like to talk to you more if you're willing. Time? We have time.
We have all the time for you. We're here to help you guys. We know you went through a lot of bad stuff. And we want to be able to help you feel at ease.
How long have you been here? Life? That's a long time. Do you remember how old you are? Bike? Well, are you still here?
8:23, we met up with tour group downstairs. They said they were getting also Paul on their, what's it called, geophone?
It's a geoport.
Geoport. So, coincidence? Maybe. Yeah, if you go upstairs, if you make a right and then a left right away, there's the bathroom. That's where we were getting Paul.
We were in the bathroom down here. They're on top of each other.
All right, so in the Devon building basement, I wanted to do a little bit of an experiment. So there's one room that a lot of people get uncomfortable in, and at some point, somebody apparently graffitied upside down pentagrams on the wall. So I decided to do an experiment and trace upward facing pentagrams. In many cultures, pentagrams are a positive thing. So I wanted to see what happens if I envision more of a positive energy and trace these pentagrams over the other ones. And what we found was kind of fascinating.
So that room, it was interesting, right? We go in there, we see that upside down pentagram, and then when Jay does his ritual, and I felt such a shift in energy. Like I felt it down to my core. And, like you'll probably hear in the video, it's like he made something very upset.
We see light anomalies. So again, light anomalies are what is believed to be spirit energy. So they tend to be in a small sphere, and that's why we use IR cameras or infrared night vision, because it's easier to see these spirit anomalies. And it's very different than what you would see if a bug appeared or some dust. And keep in mind, this is the winter time.
And it's hard to feel, again, like for you folks that are watching, feeling is a big part of it, right? Understanding the emotional effects, the physical effects that we get that you don't see on camera. And that's really what I had in that room. I had a full-on physical effect.
When you see spirit anomalies like that or light anomalies, that is an indication that something is going on, and it usually leads to more evidence that there's something paranormal at that point in time.
There was a noticeable change in the energy in that room after you did what you did. So we'll leave it for your interpretation.
Yeah.
9:06, basement, Devon building.
This is the room.
This is it?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
With the wrong pentagram.
try something.
Okay.
Do a little experiment here first.
All right.
Putting them up the right way.
I just felt a complete change in energy in here. I am fucking chilled from this, dude.
Maybe communicate in peace. So motivate.
Yeah, this room got a total different feel.
Yep.
As soon as he started doing that stuff, man. I know it's supposed to help, but I don't think it helped. And whatever it did, it just pissed off something.
It went completely dead air in here.
Yeah. It's almost like when he started doing each individual, I was getting an electric charge. I was getting like a static charge.
It's like there's no air. Like I feel like I'm having trouble breathing.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
My
Yeah.
chest, I have a heavy feeling in the chest.
Can you tell me your name? Is anyone with us here? What? I can't hear anything. It's so damn loud.
Did you hear that stuff? Did that huge thud? Huh? Did you hear that huge thud? No. He was in there. I heard this huge thud coming from out in the hallway. And I had a spike. I had a 1.0 million spike just out of nowhere for you.
You hear nothing. It's dead silent.
Talk to this black box in my hand. Solo?
You said that once before.
Can I go to the right, go a little bit deeper down here? Girl. Oh, what girl? I can hear you through this box, otherwise I can't hear what you're saying. So give me words. Who's here with us?
Oh, dude, it's getting heavy.
Yep, I feel it.
Do you feel that dark, that heaviness?
Yep. Company.
We have company, huh?
Yeah.
So in this next scene, we used two different tools. We used the Obelisk to try to capture some different, voices to give us an idea of what direction to go in, and then we follow up with the spirit box after that. And it's interesting because the name Jim appears on the Obelisk, and then I feel like I hear Jim later on in the spirit box session.
And so just a little tidbit of information for you guys. Anything that has a yellow sticker that you see there is original equipment to the building.
Lost.
Who's lost?
I feel that in here. I think we should do an EVP session in here.
Okay.
Jim. Hello, Jim. How are you?
Recording number 6, Jimmy J. Scott at 9:20 p.m. We're going to be doing a spirit box session.
Hello, is anybody here with us? What did you say? Hello, is anybody here with us? What did you How old are you? Can you see us? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Wait, back that up. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Is that loud?
It sounded like, yeah, it sounded like a.
Can you see us?
So the millimeter is a piece of equipment that is designed to pick up kind of like some electromagnetic fields. There are actually a lot of different kinds out there, some specifically that are used by like electricians to see how much EMF a house is putting off, because you can actually have some EMF poisoning. And so they've realized that these tools can be used in paranormal, because what we've come to find out is that spirits are electrically charged and they put off that electromagnetic field. So with a millimeter, what it does is it picks up their energy fields in the measurement called milligauss. And when they come near, generally within about 1 foot to 2 feet in the area, that is going to pick up that electric charge and it's going to read the milligauss from basically a 0.0 all the way up to our highest spikes, which I had at Pennhurst, which the highest spikes I've ever had was at the 94. And 94 is the kind of a spike or a surge that you would expect to come out of a faulty circuit breaker box from a house that's over 100 years old. So it's a really cool tool that we use to be able to actually validate the feeling and the electric charges that we're getting in the area or in the rooms that we're in.
It's kind of interesting that we're in this tunnel, and in one scene you're not going to see any lights on whatsoever because it's pitch black. So originally we'll use flashlights to get to a location that we choose that for whatever reason we just maybe feel that this is where we're going to go, and then we'll go lights out and start using equipment to try to find something or try to capture something, and then the light just goes on. And I'm in the middle of a spirit box session and the light goes on and everybody starts going down the hallway, and then all of a sudden they all get there, and as soon as the group reaches the light, it goes off and they freak out and start running back.
The only thing we really came across was a light that apparently does not typically work when on.
(10:13), going into the tunnels.
This is where we're sitting?
Okay, so we can sit here. I do tell when you come to sit here.
Yeah.
I'm not
Validating
standing.
it real quick. Yep. We're both picking up spikes right here. I got a 1.5, and she's sitting at 3 bars.
Wait, so
I've been here for 7 months. I have never had that light put on, ever.
So you're saying those lights have never gone on?
Did this one come on? No.
So what's the deal with the lights? That's never happened to you down here?
I have never had the white lights go on.
You heard that, right?
What was that?
That was in here.
In where?
This grate I'm in front of.
What?
I swear I heard it in here. That was loud.
This is when we head over to the Mayflower building, and this gets very interesting. The whole night's been pretty interesting, but this is when it really starts to get a little crazy. So I start to use voice recording a lot more. So the reason for voice recording is a voice recorder can pick up lower frequencies than what a human does when they speak. So it can pick up lower decibel ranges. So a lot of times when you're analyzing voice recorder footage, you're going to see different wavelengths. You're going to see the difference between a human wavelength, and then you're going to see kind of the in-between wavelength where it looks like there's nothing, but that's where a lot of what's called EVPs are caught, electronic voice phenomenons. And what I try to do in this video here is I try to take that part and expand it so you can hear it better. So unfortunately, not every voice is always caught. Sometimes you hear things that are not caught on recorders, but I caught a voice where I asked what the name might be of who I'm speaking with, and I hear Jacob.
Mayflower building, 1114. I just heard a voice. Can I have your name? Is there anyone here that would like to speak?
Can I have your name? Is there anyone here that would like to speak?
I just heard that. Did you hear that?
Can I have your name?
Scott captures probably the most interesting EVP that I've probably ever heard, and it's probably the most difficult story to explain.
Well, the EVP you're describing was pretty incredible because initially in the playback, I dismissed it. I assumed it was background noise, interference of some kind. I wasn't connecting that it could actually be paranormal. But in playback, I still distinctly remember getting back into Jimmy's truck at the end of the night and trying to find it and to play it back again and again and again like we had when we were in the Philly tunnel. And the stories around this EVP just are incredible, as you guys well know. And it's something that the audience probably can't fully appreciate. But the particular EVP we're talking about, we found it had been moved on the recorder from when it happened in real time to hearing it later on in the evening at a different point in time. So it just very, very exciting. Something I'll never forget.
It's indescribable. I've never ever picked anything like that up in the years I've been investigating. It's again, at first I dismissed it. I really thought, well, we are in a small group. Maybe it was just voices. I just dismissed it until we listened to it again. And holy crap! This is not our party. This is not our group. This is a group of people talking, laughing, and it's something that can't be described because our digital voice recorders are not designed to pick up radio frequencies. They're not designed to pick up anything. And we were also in the basement of a brick building. So even if reception was possible, it's just not going to happen. So us catching this is just a scratch of the surface.
What you're about to see in in the Mayflower footage, especially with the EVP that Scott captured, this is only the first part of it. The second part of this EVP is going to take place when we're in the Philly tunnel. So the EVP actually changes, and we'll try to describe it the best we can, but it is a very interesting experience here.
We have two options. We can either stay here, go to the Mayflower tunnel, or I can take you guys to the Philly tunnel.
Works for me.
Yeah.
It's underneath the oldest building on campus, so.
This is probably the best part of the night, because what the EVP that Scott caught in the Mayflower building comes back to us basically, and unbeknownst to us, in the Philly tunnel, because this EVP actually gets longer in the Philly tunnel, and the first part of it gets recorded over.
So when it comes to using a voice recorder, a digital voice recorder, to pick up and record EVPs, just like even if you're using it for your day-to-day use, the ability to edit, chop, or overlay anything on those recorders is 99% impossible. So with that being said, what we caught in the Philly tunnel is something that, again, like what we saw in the music room with Scott, it's crazy. It's something that as soon as we heard it, all of us just were stunned. And it really did ended up affecting me.
At the end of the night, that EVP was completely erased from the recorder. And the only reason that we actually have this EVP is because I captured it on the camera. So that's why we have it today. So it's difficult to describe, but kind of what happened was this EVP was caught by Scott in the basement of the Mayflower building. And then we went to record news sessions in the Philly tunnel. And the news sessions somehow recorded over the Mayflower recording, except it left that EVP that you just heard in the last part we were in, except it took that EVP and made it longer. And we cannot explain this.
My experience that night, everything that happened was what I was hoping would happen. Didn't expect to happen, but everything from feeling cold spots, being touched, to the EVPs, it was so much wound up into that hour to hour and a half that we were down there that it's really taken me weeks to just fully digest it all and realize that there's so much out there.
under light solo.
What?
I just got under light and solo.
You're by yourself in the light? I was under the...
Go for it, Scott. Talk a little bit.
That was a full, like, half a sentence, too.
I'm under the light and I'm solo. What next? Can you make the light go out and prove to us that you're the one doing this? How many of you are down here? Can you make our equipment move as well?
There's water going.
Yeah. I thought something touched my knee in there.
Am I losing my mind?
Yeah, that flashed.
Did you guys hear all that laughing? Was that us?
This is Scott.
Go back. How do I go back?
Can you play it again?
Yeah, I'm gonna play the thing.
It's a whole party. It's like, for example, like an office almost, like people are on the phone.
Can you play it again? I'm having a hard time, like, figuring that out.
Yeah. Does anyone else feel really sad right now?
Anyone what?
Like, feel really sad?
No. Can you play it again, though? I'm trying to, like, I'm having a hard time.
There's a lot going on. There's like layers to it.
Like, there's no way we were all making that noise. We're all sitting here.
Nobody's laughing.
The thing is, there's also multiple women, and neither me and Oprah were talking.
Can you pause that for a second? Can you just go back a little bit? Right before it all kicks in, you hear like almost this. It's like giggle whisper, like.
Wait, let me find it on my camera.
Ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Session 12 EVP. Philadelphia Tunnel.
Did you make Jimmy emotional?
So I'm seeing a lot of heavy spikes over here by me. It's fluctuating between 0.5 and 2.5. So I'm seeing a lot of heavy spikes over here by me.
And I feel like a real cold spot right in front of me.
Colder than it is.
Yep. It's not there, huh?
No, won't have.
Who's coming through here now? It's over here. Can you put it on here? Are you touching me?
You come out of this thing realizing there's more to life than work and taxes, and it's pretty rewarding to have experienced what I did down there. I'm grateful for it, and the fact that we have it documented is just so cool, because I can go back and watch that and relive it as often as I want to. But I'll leave the interpretation to the audience when they see it.
Holy shit, Jimmy. You good? I'm getting emotional.
Ask questions.
Why am I getting emotional? Why do I feel so sad? Were you mistreated down here? Right here, there's a... So you're like, now I got a freaking pounding headache. Oh my God.
I'm smiling because that's straight validation.
My head is pounding.
Alright, let's, you want to play mine, you play yours, or no?
Oh, play yours first. Oh, and I feel, I just walked through it. Totally nauseous. I feel sick to my stomach.
So I'm seeing a lot of heavy
Somebody's
space.
dying over here.
It's functioning between 0.5 and 2.1.
There's no fucking way. I charged our fully last night. You had full batteries, right?
What kind of batteries does this take?
No, it's charging, it's rechargeable.
Oh, it's internal.
Okay, so that's still full batteries, right?
Yeah, but it just shut off.
I don't know, I don't even see a white light over here.
I don't understand, because there's not a strobe in this tunnel.
I feel it again. It's right here again.
It's freezing.
Wait, Jimmy, or
It's
Scott,
happening again.
turn this on. Wait, hold this and ask questions.
Why are you making me emotional? Are you trapped down here? Talk the bottom of my hand. Say it again. Come closer. I can feel you around me. Can you say something? Feel that? You feel that? I am freezing my body. I'm frigid right now. Like, feel my bones. I feel it right behind me. It's almost like it's behind me. The temperature's dropping. Are you sitting behind me?
not speak? Is that why you're just manipulating how I feel? Do you not have a voice?
I saw a shadow go that way.
You saw a shadow?
Yeah.
I hit a 97 millicals. On this. Hit 97. Did you see it when it?
No, I did, yeah.
I've never seen 80. I mean, even on electrical boxes.
It was on top of your leg when it was going all the way red.
I felt it really bad right behind my head. It got frigid cold. Now feel how hot my ear is. Can you look behind it and see if it's red? Feel my ear.
Here, I got it.
It's like on fire.
Oh, fuck
my
yeah.
God.
Oh shit, hold on, let me take a picture of that.
Did it scratch you?
No, I didn't feel it, but now it feels like it's on fire. Like the back of my ear.
Here, let me show you.
And I feel it right down
There you
into
go.
my neck, right
Stop.
here.
Let me see your other ear.
What?
Hold on. Scott, put your head forward so I can look at both ears. Can you go a little further?
Oh, wow.
Watch the spider web right by your face, dear.
There's a noticeable difference between the two of your ears.
It's on fire. And that's why I was feeling that super cold spot. I want to listen to this now and see if we caught anything here.
I've had this kind of experience in like 10 years.
We'll close out before you guys go home and make sure nothing follows you or anything, but.
Because it's not there anymore. So
I'm
it
trying
went.
to figure out if it's.
I thought it was a draft coming from here, but then it would be consistent.
Well, I thought it was a window, but the spider web wasn't moving when your hand was behind it. So if it was a draft, the spider web would have been.
Right.
While I was sitting there, it felt distinctly like a rock or some object was hit into the side of my foot. It was absolutely not a raindrop. It was not on top of my foot. It felt as though, and because of where Jay was standing at the time, I felt maybe you had inadvertently kicked a rock and it hit the side of my foot. But as we looked, there was nothing there. But that's the best way to describe it. It was as if something was kicked into the side of my foot or something hit me in the side of the foot.
You can see from when I zoom out with the camera, I'm not that close to Scott. I'm actually a great distance away, and most of the time in these scenes I'm zooming in so I can kind of get a better shot of everybody that I possibly can, and I can't explain what he felt or why he felt that.
I'm still feeling it. It's like it's charged. It's charged.
I was having feeling nauseous when I was sitting in front of you guys, but it wasn't sure what she said.
It's still pretty weird, like we both felt it. But to me, that's just validating.
Dude, did you just kick something in my foot?
I went like
I'm
this.
sitting at an 8.5.
But did you hit something that hit me?
No, I was just, no.
Wait, isn't your foot where the ball was?
Something just hit my foot. Like it felt like a rock. You didn't kick a rock into me?
I might have accidentally, but there's nothing here that I could have really kicked.
Was it the rain droplet?
Oh, was it a rain droplet?
Oh, it could have been that.
Yeah.
Because it's dripping.
You might want to move your foot from that area.
No, I didn't feel it on top. It was like here. It was like you moved and it felt like something hit me on the side of the foot.
That's me, sorry.
I did not move you.
How about we troubleshoot? Do you guys want to flip sides of the hallway?
Yeah.
Make sure it's not like the draft.
Yeah.
It's not the
Yeah.
rain. It's not
It's blowing my mind that this ear feels like it's 150-degree temperature, warm, like hot to the touch, and this ear is cold as that.
You got attacked, bro. There you go. I mean, you didn't. It's a stupid question. I'm sure it's going to help. You didn't scratch yourself or
No.
rub your ear.
That's where I was feeling the super cold spot, and then after the fact, it got wicked hot.
No, I was watching you. You didn't touch your ear the whole time.
All right, Scott and Jimmy switch sides in the tunnel. We want to see if you can do the same thing over here.
Who attacked Scott?
Is that you giving me the chills? I'm feeling it in my chest. Is that you? Or is it in my head? No? Now it's by my hand. Super cold by my left hand, freezing.
Who attacked Scott?
Is that you giving me the chills? I'm feeling it in my chest. Is that you? Or is it in my head? Being my first time and all.
It's like moving around my left hand. Like I feel it going around this hand.
I don't want to be that person, but you're the one to give me permission to be touched by ghosts this evening, so.
It's true. Is that why you're touching me? Because I gave you permission? It's okay, I'm just trying to learn. Being my first time and all.
9.0 on the ground.
It's going nuts.
Here, you want to try this again?
11.2, 14.
Are you back again? All of our equipment's going nuts. Please tell us your... Is your female voice? Please tell us your... Please tell us your name. Are you a nurse? Are you a patient here?
And that spirit box is going, and so there's a metal door at the end of the hall, and it's just kind of keeping you from going to some of the other places that are dangerous for us to go, you know, as far as walls caving in and whatnot. So there's nobody on the back side, and that spirit box is going, and I hear boom. We all like just turn our head and look, and then you hear it like consecutive boom, boom, boom. And that's why I was asking. I was like, we need a doctor. They're, you know, like coming, because I thought maybe, you know, if we can somehow kind of really bring that energy in, like there's an emergency. Because to me, that's how I interpreted it. Was someone was trying to get through that door, and they made it very, very obvious that they were there, and we heard them. And unfortunately, it just didn't get caught on our audio.
During that one spirit box session, I was kind of upset because I was hoping the loud bangs that we were hearing would be caught on the camera audio, but they weren't. But I distinctly remember while Scott was talking on the spirit box, I remember a lot of loud bangs that I did not hear all night, just hitting the walls. And it was a little freaky. And as soon as we stopped the spirit box, the bangs stopped with it.
Where can I go for help?
You heard that? Oh. You heard that? Oh.
Come help us! Can you bang again?
Was that just me or were we all hearing that?
The banging loudness bangs. It was back here.
Okay, that's what I thought. Dude, this has been the best part so far.
So I have to hold something to do this, Jay?
Loving.
Loving.
Who are you loving?
I don't feel very loved.
Are you loving this? Are you loving watching us react to you?
My hand is ice cold again. It's right around my right hand.
Yeah, I feel this one make this thing go, right?
No,
It's right around my hand.
shouldn't anyway.
Are you touching the back of my right hand?
Property.
They think you're, are you their property?
Do you think I am now your property? Factors? What factors? Because I gave you permission to touch me? I can feel you. But it's almost time for me to leave. I will come back to visit you, but I am not yours.
It's back behind my right hand again. I can feel it. Ooh, right?
Yep. This is weird, like over here, I mean, it's cold.
It's right there.
That's how cold.
Yeah, it's blinking.
Oh, now it just got really warm.
I feel like the energy just completely changed. Like it's gone.
Let me stop this, I'm gonna play it back. See if we hear anything.
It stopped responding to this too. I just feel like, I felt like it's gone to left.
My experience at Pennhurst in 2 words. Eye-opening.
Freaking amazing.
Intimidating and melancholic. I'd say those would be the two that come to mind.
What would I say to people who don't believe in the paranormal? I'd say start with opening your mind. Because having doubt is okay. I think exploring your doubt and approaching things like this from a perspective where you're willing to be open-minded and accept that there are things in this world we can't explain puts an entirely different mindset within you that may allow you to actually be able to experience some of the things we did.
It's beyond believing at this point. It's there's so much out there, so much captured, so much audio and video that has given us proof. But all I can say to the people who are skeptics, come with us. You'll see real quick that it's real. And skepticism, although is very important, is also something that is going to go away real quick. And, you know, it's just, again, opening up your mind and accepting that there is something out there. And it doesn't take long to experience it. And some people out there can spend their entire lives without a paranormal experience. And some people like us experience them quite often. It's one of those things that seeing is believing. And I've seen enough to believe.
For some people, that might be better. Just depends on how people run their lives. However, it's real and it believes in you. And once you have an experience like this and continue to have experience after experience that you just simply can't explain, and really, we don't have the technology to explain or the full understanding, but it's not just about, you know, capturing some sort of evidence or anomaly. It's also about the feelings that you get that you can't explain to anybody else. It's also a personal experience, as well as a shared experience. And there's no doubt that there are things that we can't explain, but when you're introduced to this sort of new reality that this does exist, it does change your world, and in a way it's a curse because you can't go back. You can go and pretend, but ultimately, you know, in the back of your mind, you experience this and you know that it's real. And it's fun to go and experiment and try to find more opportunities to see what else is out there and how these things can occur. And every time it's a new experience, and it just opens up more questions and answers.